In a world obsessed with electric vehicles and flashy supercars, one small Swedish company just dropped a bomb that's shaking the entire auto industry. Koenigsegg, the quiet genius of hypercar engineering, has unveiled a motor so powerful, so compact, and so efficient that it's got industry giants scrambling. It's called the dark matter engine, and it doesn't just outperform but redefines what's even possible. And what we can see here are some of the internals, and many of you wonder how this transmission works. It's really quite a marvel, I would say, a never-seen-before technology. While Tesla, Ferrari, and Mercedes were busy tweaking old formulas, Koenigsegg reinvented the entire playbook. Now in 2025, that engine is ready to dominate the auto industry. This isn't an upgrade, it's an extinction-level event for the big auto brands. Koenigsegg's history of breaking rules in an industry dominated by massive corporations and billion-dollar marketing campaigns has quietly emerged as one of the most disruptive forces in automotive history. Founded in 1994 by a then 22-year-old Christian von Koenigsegg, the Swedish brand didn't aim to mass-produce vehicles or chase trends. Instead, it focused on radical engineering, building machines that rewrote the rules of performance and innovation from the very beginning. Koenigsegg carved its own path. While Ferrari and Lamborghini leaned on decades of heritage and racing pedigree, Koenigsegg pursued a different route, using science, not nostalgia, as its driving force. With a small team and a startup mindset, Koenigsegg's first major achievement came with the CC8S, which earned a Guinness World Record in 2002 for having the most powerful production engine at the time. But it wasn't until the Agera RS that the world was forced to pay attention. In 2017, the Agera RS broke the record for fastest production car on Earth, hitting an average top speed of 277.9 miles per hour and peaking at 284.5 miles per hour on a closed highway in Nevada. This wasn't just a flex, it was a statement. A tiny Swedish company had outperformed the likes of Bugatti, McLaren, and Pagani using fewer resources but sharper ideas. And while those headline-grabbing speeds made news, the true magic was in the engineering. Koenigsegg built in-house transmissions, carbon monocoque chassis, and patented engine tech all from scratch. Unlike other boutique brands that sourced parts from bigger players, Koenigsegg built everything themselves. This independence gave them total control and allowed them to innovate at a pace no one expected. In 2020, they released the Jesko, featuring the light-speed transmission, LST. The LST was a 9-speed multi-clutch gearbox that allowed gear changes in 20 to 30 milliseconds, with no traditional synchros. No other automaker, not even F1 teams, had something comparable. At the same time, Koenigsegg also experimented with free-valve technology, an advanced camless engine system that offered unmatched control, efficiency, and power. Now, the game is changing once again with the Gemera, Koenigsegg's first 4-seater Grand Tourer, and the revolutionary dark matter electric motor. The company isn't just chasing speed records, it is clearly targeting the very heart of automotive propulsion. The Gemera features a hybrid layout that combines the tiny yet powerful Tiny Friendly Giant, TFG, engine with a dark matter e-motor, signaling a move toward dominance in both combustion and electric innovation. While companies like Tesla grab headlines with production volume and tech-forward dashboards, and Ferrari leans on legacy and F1 heritage, Koenigsegg keeps doing what it has always done, quietly, and outperforms loudly. And with the arrival of dark matter in 2025, Koenigsegg may not just lead in performance, it may very well lead the entire auto industry into its next era. A beast in a box, what exactly is the dark matter engine? When most people hear electric motor, they picture a bulky metal component buried somewhere under the hood of an EV. But Koenigsegg doesn't build predictable things. What they've created with the dark matter motor isn't just an improvement but a revolution in motion, and it's forcing the auto industry to completely rethink what's possible. At first glance, the dark matter motor doesn't look like much. It's about the size of a microwave and weighs only 39 kilograms, about 86 pounds. But inside that sleek, compact casing hides a monster. This tiny unit produces a staggering 800 horsepower and 1,250 newton-meters, 922 pound-foot, of torque. That's more power than many V12 engines, packed into a form small enough to hold with both hands. Simply put, it's like strapping a Formula One engine to a show box. But raw power alone isn't what makes dark matter terrifying, it's the engineering magic behind it. While most electric motors use either radial flux or axial flux designs, Koenigsegg created a world-first hybrid, which they call raxial flux. This breakthrough combines the high torque of axial motors with the high RPM capability of radial ones. The result is incredible power delivered faster and more efficiently than ever before. And the innovation doesn't stop there. The dark matter motor uses a 6-phase power system, compared to the usual 3-phase systems found in traditional EVs. Why does that matter? With 6 phases, the motor experiences far less vibration, runs cooler, and offers smoother, more precise power delivery. This means not only better performance but better reliability over time, critical advantages in racing, aviation, and high-stress environments. Then there's the construction. Koenigsegg didn't just build a better motor, they reinvented how motors are built. The stator and rotor housings are made from carbon fiber, a material known for its strength-to-weight ratio but rarely used in motors due to cost and complexity. Most automakers stick with aluminum or steel. Koenigsegg went all in, shaving weight and improving heat resistance. And to keep all that power from melting the motor under pressure, dark matter is cooled using dielectric oil. This is a special fluid that not only removes heat efficiently but also prevents electrical shorts. It allows the motor to run at extreme output levels without the typical performance drop-offs caused by overheating. What Koenigsegg has created isn't just an EV motor, it's a template for the next generation of propulsion. This kind of power-to-weight efficiency will be the benchmark. Dark matter is light enough for aircraft, strong enough for hypercars, and advanced enough to become the gold standard for high-performance machines of every kind. But how is any of this possible? Underscore 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 underscore. The engineering alchemy behind the magic. Koenigsegg's dark matter motor might look like an overnight miracle, but this wasn't a lucky shot in the dark. It's the product of 25 years of relentless, rule-breaking innovation, a legacy of breakthroughs that few companies, large or small, can rival. Let's start with the numbers. The dark matter motor measures just 15 inches in diameter and 5.3 inches thick. And its carbon fiber casing isn't just for show, it reduces electromagnetic loss and significantly improves thermal performance, allowing the motor to stay cooler and run harder for longer. This is engineering at the highest level, not just squeezing power into a small package, but doing so without compromise. Most companies would rely on outside suppliers for this kind of cutting-edge component. But not Koenigsegg. They've kept everything in-house, with their light-speed engineering team and free-valve division leading the charge. These are the same minds behind the Jesco's light-speed transmission, LST, and the free-valve camless engine in the Gemera, technologies that were once considered impossible or impractical by the mainstream auto world. Each of those inventions now looks like a stepping stone toward dark matter. Take the single-stage gear reduction used in the system. Traditional EV setups often require multi-stage reductions to balance torque and efficiency. Koenigsegg's solution is one perfectly calibrated stage that transfers torque instantly and cleanly, eliminating complexity and weight. It's a textbook example of their design philosophy, simplicity through mastery, not compromise. The secret sauce here isn't just parts or patents, but process. Koenigsegg has always operated on a performance-first model, free from the corporate politics and mass-market distractions that slow legacy automakers. While others chase sales volume or cost savings, Koenigsegg chases engineering perfection. That's why they don't iterate the way other brands do, they leap forward again and again. And when other carmakers finally catch up to where Koenigsegg was 5 years ago, the Swedes are already moving on to the next boundary. This isn't a fluke, it's their business model. It's why the dark matter motor isn't just fast but the natural evolution of a company that refuses to think inside the box. Dark matter in the game, Super GT. Koenigsegg's dark matter motor isn't just a flashy lab prototype or a concept buried in future plans. It's already working, already tested, and already rewriting the rules inside a real production car, the 2025 Jesko Regera JRA Super GT. At first glance, the JRA looks like an elegant, futuristic grand tourer with space for 4 people and their luggage. But beneath that sleek design hides a monster of engineering. In its most powerful configuration, the JRA pairs Koenigsegg's 5.0L twin-turbo V8 engine with a new dark matter electric motor, creating a total output of over 2,300 horsepower. This futuristic motor delivers 600 kilowatts of power with roughly 1,250 Newton-meters of torque. For context, that's more than a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport, a car twice the size and price tag. This isn't just bragging rights on a spec sheet. The result is real-world speed that makes the JRA one of the fastest production vehicles ever made, accelerating from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 1.9 seconds. Yet, it achieves this while offering hybrid versatility and ultra-low emissions, which is unheard of in any grand tourer, let alone one this powerful. The dark matter motor is placed directly between the rear wheels, driving them independently. This placement enables precise torque vectoring, which improves handling and cornering dynamics. And because it's a direct drive, meaning no long drive shafts or complex gear sets, the power delivery is immediate and brutal, especially when combined with the front-driven twin-turbo V8. This hybrid powertrain setup works in harmony with Koenigsegg's LSTT, Lightspeed Tourbillon transmission, which is a next-generation evolution of their Lightspeed transmission. The LSTT delivers seamless and lightning-fast gear shifts, making acceleration feel continuous, like an electric surge. There's no lag or drama, just controlled chaos that pins you to your seat while the JRA quietly redefines what a GT car can be. But perhaps the most shocking part is how usable this powertrain is. This isn't a stripped-down track weapon, the JRA is designed to comfortably seat for adults. It's part family car, part spaceship, and it does it all while being more environmentally friendly than most performance hybrids, thanks to the electric motor's efficiency and Koenigsegg's dedication to sustainable design. In short, the JRA shows that the dark matter motor isn't just theory, but the real deal. It powers a car that isn't just on the drawing board, but heading to customer garages in 2025. And that's the terrifying part for the rest of the auto industry. This isn't a rumor of what's coming, but what is already here, wrapped inside one of the most advanced cars the world has ever seen. Koenigsegg has already put it to work in the kind of car that changes history, and no other car comes close. Supercar engines compared, who comes close? Koenigsegg's dark matter motor is a game-changer that exposes glaring gaps in the offerings from even the world's best automakers. To truly grasp how revolutionary this motor is, we need to line it up against the powertrains from some of the most celebrated supercar manufacturers today. Tesla's Model S Plaid, often praised for its insane acceleration and futuristic tech, uses a tri-motor system producing about 1,020 horsepower. It sounds impressive, but here's the catch: Tesla splits this output across 3 separate motors that collectively weigh far more than the single dark matter unit. This adds mechanical complexity, increases the risk of failures, and eats into the car's efficiency. Tesla's motors also don't come close to Koenigsegg's power-to-weight ratio, meaning they produce less power per kilogram, limiting their true performance potential relative to mass. Then there's the Rimac Nevera, widely regarded as one of the most powerful electric hypercars today. Rimac's 4-motor setup pumps out a staggering 1,914 horsepower, a number that sounds like a direct challenge to Koenigsegg's dark matter. However, Rimac's approach of using 4 motors significantly adds weight and complexity, requiring advanced control systems to manage torque distribution. While Rimac's tech is groundbreaking, the bulk of the powertrain means it's less efficient, heavier, and harder to package tightly in a performance chassis compared to Koenigsegg's compact 39 kg powerhouse. Looking to traditional supercar makers, Ferrari's SF90 Stradale employs a hybrid system combining a turbocharged V8 with electric motors for a total output of 986 horsepower. Despite Ferrari's legendary engine heritage, their hybrid V8 system is, by comparison, somewhat outdated in both design and power delivery. It doesn't come remotely close to Koenigsegg's dark matter motor's unique blend of size and torque. Ferrari's electric component is heavier, less compact, and less efficient, meaning it can't match the kind of power-to-weight dominance Koenigsegg enjoys. On the luxury EV front, Lucid Motors' Air sedan offers a highly compact electric motor that produces 670 horsepower at about 74 kilograms, which is light for its class. Yet even this modern motor is far behind dark matter when it comes to raw efficiency and torque density. The dark matter motor's ability to deliver 800 horsepower from just 39 kilograms means Koenigsegg nearly doubles Lucid's power output for almost half the weight. This kind of leap in power density sets a new benchmark. Then there's the legendary Bugatti Chiron with its monstrous quad-turbocharged W16 engine producing 1,479 horsepower. The Bugatti is an icon of brute force and engineering prowess, but it's also a behemoth tipping the scales at over 2,000 kilograms. The power-to-weight efficiency is nowhere near Koenigsegg's level, especially considering that dark matter's electric motor adds near zero weight compared to Bugatti's massive engine and drivetrain. What truly separates the dark matter motor is the perfect storm of compactness, durability, and jaw-dropping torque output. It achieves a power-to-weight ratio previously thought impossible, delivering supercar-level performance in a unit small enough to fit almost anywhere, with a casing made from carbon fiber to reduce electromagnetic loss and maximize heat dissipation. No other supercar motor currently on the market offers such a blend of power density and efficiency. Others rely on multiple motors to reach comparable outputs, adding weight and complexity that impacts handling and reliability. Traditional combustion engines may boast raw horsepower, but their size and weight restrict flexibility and fuel efficiency. Tesla, Rimac, Ferrari, and Bugatti all bring extraordinary technology to the table, but Koenigsegg's dark matter motor blows past them in terms of pure engineering brilliance. The dark matter motor sets a new gold standard. Dark matter motor sets an entirely new gold standard so advanced that the rest of the auto industry has no clear path to match it anytime soon. The gap is not small, and it will define the next decade of automotive propulsion. And that is exactly why the entire auto industry is trembling. The 2025 tipping point. Koenigsegg's motor is a silent warning to every major automaker that the game has changed, and most are already losing. This engine ends the auto race. Every manufacturer, EV or ICE, is now measured against dark matter, and most come up short. Legacy automakers like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Bugatti have built reputations on elite internal combustion engineering. But suddenly those marvels look ancient. Their complex drivetrains and bloated engines can't match the compact violence of dark matter's instant, direct power. EV giants like Tesla and Lucid have pushed innovation, sure. But their motors are heavier, less efficient, and not nearly as adaptable. The real shake-up. Here's the real shake-up: Koenigsegg's motor could be licensed out. If it happens, the ripple effect would be massive. One motor that can power everything from sedans to SUVs, from speedboats to aircraft. This would dismantle years of R&D from rivals still trying to perfect platforms that Koenigsegg just skipped past entirely. The fear isn't just about Koenigsegg building better cars, it's about Koenigsegg making everyone else look outdated. Imagine a 2025 luxury sedan or sports car launching with a motor that's already inferior to something powering a 4-seat hybrid GT from Sweden. That's not competition, but irrelevance. A motor for every machine. And this motor isn't limited to supercars. Its design is so compact and versatile that it could power anything. It is small enough to fit in a hatchback, powerful enough to launch a supercar, durable enough for commercial use, and light enough for aviation. If Koenigsegg opens up licensing, automakers will have to buy in, or fall behind. Koenigsegg may have started as a boutique hypercar maker, but with a dark matter motor they're poised to become something much bigger, the Intel or Nvidia of electric propulsion. Dark matter everywhere. Right now, dark matter powers the revolutionary 2025 Ji. But in the future, it could be everywhere and anywhere. Picture Tesla semis using dark matter motors to reduce weight and boost efficiency. Imagine flying taxis with Koenigsegg engines quietly powering vertical takeoff. From aerospace to defense, from yachts to military drones, any industry that needs compact, high-output propulsion could adopt this technology. This motor is so small and powerful, it's like dropping a rocket in a lunchbox. Its potential is limitless. Power without badges. In that world, Koenigsegg doesn't need to build millions of cars. They just need to be the supplier and the brain behind the power. Just like Intel powers most of the world's computers without making laptops, or Nvidia supplies AI chips without building robots, Koenigsegg could sit at the core of global mobility, even if you never see their name on a car badge. Brands like BMW, Aston Martin, and even Toyota could be lining up to pay Koenigsegg for relevance. That flips the power structure of the auto industry. Performance, which was once an in-house badge of honor, would now come pre-installed from Sweden. A turning point in automotive history. What Koenigsegg has created is proof of concept that today's so-called best engines aren't enough anymore. It's a turning point and a tipping point. Because in 2025, the conversation won't be how fast is your new car. It'll be, does it run on dark matter? The rest of the auto industry is no longer worried about competing, they're worried about becoming obsolete. How one engine changed the entire game. The auto world won't be the same after dark matter. And it's not just hype. In 2023, Koenigsegg's revolutionary motor took home the Global Powertrain Innovation Award, a major win that forced even the most traditional automakers to take notice. But the accolades didn't stop there. On auto engineering forums and in internal design meetings across Europe, Japan, and Detroit, one phrase keeps surfacing: this changes everything. Because it does. Dark matter isn't just another fast motor, it's a blueprint for the next era of mobility. An era defined by more power, fewer parts, and smarter design. Industry experts now cite it as a reference model for future propulsion systems. Why? Because it solves problems the industry has wrestled with for decades. It's lighter. It's simpler. With fewer moving parts and a 6-phase electrical system, it cuts down on failure points and increases long-term durability. It's greener, as smaller motors mean smaller batteries. Koenigsegg hit every goal the industry is racing toward: performance, sustainability, packaging, and cost reduction, in one stroke. But maybe the most powerful message dark matter sends is this: you don't need a factory with 10,000 workers to change the world. With just 400 people, Koenigsegg did what billion-dollar corporations haven't. They didn't wait for trends, they created the standard. While big OEMs are still trying to scale up EV lines built on retrofitted platforms, Koenigsegg built their future from scratch. And it shows. That's the part that stings for the industry, not just that Koenigsegg beat them, but that they did it with less. Less funding, less staff, less noise, and more vision. And now every car maker has to respond, whether that's licensing Koenigsegg tech, trying to reverse engineer it, or admitting their designs are suddenly outdated. The ripples will be felt everywhere, even beyond cars. Marine, aerospace, and defense engineers are now eyeing the dark matter motor for its unmatched power-to-weight ratio and compact footprint. This isn't just an EV milestone, it's a mobility milestone. In the long run, dark matter won't just be remembered for powering a supercar. It'll be remembered for shifting the entire trajectory of the auto industry. From now on, every new motor will be compared to one thing: a 39 kilograms bullet from Sweden that proved vision still beats volume. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.